Let's talk about some of your other magic tricks or shortcuts. One that I recall that I liked is imagine yourself being empty as a balloon.
And when we do this, our frequency and our vibration starts to rise because we're no longer identifying with anything of the physical. And the physical are the lowest frequencies, what we call the third dimension. And from my experience, it's the third frequency, but that's okay. When we start to imagine that we're totally empty, there's no more any identification with the physical, and we actually start to feel more like ourselves. And so it fosters that detachment. We still experience physical reality. We're still here. You and I are still here. But we become more of what we are and attuned to more of what we are when we start to imagine that we're hollow, like a balloon, because the truth of the matter is, I think scientists today said we're, 99.9999% empty space? Yeah. So it's just energy vibrating at a specific frequency. Now, our sentience, our consciousness is literally attuned to everything. It's part of everything. You can't experience these things without detachment. And that's why, to me, it is literally the single most important thing to work on, is to be able to start to access more of what we really are through this detachment. And one way, like you said, is to imagine that you're just hollow, like a balloon. No bones, no blood, no ligaments, no tendons. And then imagine what that feels like. Tangibly imagine what that feels like to be completely hollow. Now the higher mind starts to come online because we're no longer identifying with the physical form. This is the key to unlocking higher consciousness. This is the key to unlocking our divinity. It's not through attachment to the physical form. It's through detachment, appreciating the physical form, not shunning the physical form, but to realize the truth. You are not this. You are beyond this. You are beyond thought. You are beyond belief. You are beyond concept. You are beyond earthly experience. And only through detachment do we start to realize this. And when we start to realize this, Jeff, this planet is going to change. It's not going to change through the intellect. The intellect fragments, compartmentalizes, and divides. It doesn't unify. It's a tool. It's a fantastic tool. It's a necessary tool. But that's what it is. A tool. Detachment gives you access to the tool belt. It gives you access to everything. And so for me, from my personal experience, this is the key, detachment.
Another one of the exercises, the shortcuts that you have, as I recall, has to do with giving yourself permission to let go of this burden that we sometimes think that we are destined to go through life carrying, a kind of heavy sack of baggage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I call it like the groceries, carrying the groceries around, right? So if we go shopping and we got, one bag of groceries in one hand, another bag, after a while, those grocery bags get heavy, right? Your hands hurt, your shoulders hurt, your neck hurts, your back hurts, legs hurt from carrying all that around, right? Those are all your thoughts, emotions, identifications, experiences, memories, right? We start carrying that around every single moment. It uses up our energy. We exhaust ourselves trying to carry the groceries around, trying to carry all our attachments and identifications around. So the idea, just like you said from the book, Jeff, the idea is just put the groceries down. Just put them down, which requires no effort. No effort. And that's what is so important about, from my perspective, the teachings in this book. They don't require an effort because the truth doesn't require your participation. Lies do. And so we're simply returning to what we really are. It requires no effort, no participation. Put all the ideas, the beliefs, the expectations, the ruminations, the concepts, none of these things which are actually you, these are things you've perceived, and you're the awareness of these things, just put them down like groceries. Just let go. Give yourself permission to let go. And just watch how much better you feel. how much happier you are, how lighter you are, and watch your sense of self-judgment, and then therefore judgment of others leaves you. It's the key to wisdom and compassion, because then we see things for what they really are. Another expression of you, another consciousness operating just like you are, trying to do the best that they can. And therefore we can be compassionate towards them, because we've put our baggage down. And many people are carrying a great deal of baggage, and they're suffering. The best thing we can do is provide an example of what it looks like not to have to do that. And then they can see there is a way out of their own suffering.
Well, you went through an example of extreme suffering, having been diagnosed with permanent paraplegia, having half a dozen other diagnoses. Your body is racked with pain. You're stuck in a hospital. It must be, at a time like that, it must feel, for many people, obviously not quite for you, overwhelming that, this is your destiny, that there's no choice.
Yeah, and it's detachment. Exactly, Jeff. It's detachment that removes all of that, that makes all of that manageable. By not identifying with it and just realizing it's something that you're aware of, but you're this awareness that is untouched by it all. Because I am untouched by body-mind. We don't realize this. Hopefully these teachings change this for humanity. We are untouched by what goes on with the body-mind. We're the awareness of it. Just like we've used the analogy, Jeff, with the sun and the clouds, right? Clouds obscure obfuscate the sun. And what do clouds produce? Rain, sleet, snow, tornado, hurricane, bad weather. Doesn't touch the sun. It never touches the sun. The sun is unscathed. What we are, this sentience, this self, this consciousness, this energy, is untouched by body-mind. So it didn't matter to me what was going on with me. And yes, it was about as challenging, I guess, right? About as challenging a situation as maybe a human being can have. Completely non-functional body that you can't feel, racked with unbelievable pain and just filled with disease. And of course told that there's no way out. So when I woke up from surgery, I was detached from it all. And I worked on my body-mind like a mechanic would work on a car. I was detached enough. The suffering stopped, Jeff. I still feel pain because I'm inside this vehicle and I'm aware of body sensations. I'm aware of the sensations. So I still feel pain, but I don't suffer. And I didn't suffer even through that experience. And so this detachment is the key for suffering to stop. It's through detachment. It's not nullification of body-mind. It's non-identification. I still use my body. I still enjoy my body. I still talk with my hands, right? But I don't identify with what's going on. I'm free of the identification. I'm free from limiting myself to just what it is that I perceive. I am the perception. Pure perception, untouched. And it's through detachment. This is the way that we can transcend suffering. I didn't say pain, although there's tips in the book about how to deal with pain, because I had to learn how to deal with high level of pain. But the suffering stops. The suffering stops. And when that stops, our entire quality of life is elevated by an order of magnitude.